Behave yourselves.
Why we behave, everyone. And welcome to another D&D stream. We're still waiting on...
No, you're not.
I was about to say,
The timing.
we're waiting on Krista's show because she wasn't feeling 100% earlier, but she's obviously feeling great.
Yeah, I can tell you how not 100% I'm feeling. I've just taken some paracetamol. I took it into the toilet, put my hand underneath the tap and started washing my hands with it. Like a bar of soap. That's how much my brain is with it.
Oh, God.
Well,
I took one,
that's one way.
put it in my mouth, took a drink of water, had the other one in my hand, and then decided to put water in my hand and start using it to wash my hands with.
Sweet thing.
Is this like a... So it's like an episode of WandaVision where I have more questions than answers.
We're getting answers now with WandaVision. All good.
True.
My brain is slowly going. I've been awake since 5:30 this morning.
Oh, yeah.
Back to sleep.
Bonk, go to your bed.
I am in bed.
Well, there you go. Stay there.
If I am asleep by the end, you know why? I am sat in bed with a hot water bottle.
Heroism. Okay. So that's that. I still need to carry on and do posting around on places. But how is everybody?
Yes.
Are we all good? Is everybody in the chat enjoying themselves this evening? You get to listen to us rant. How long has it been since you listened to us rave and rant?
I know, it's been a little while.
Been a while.
Yeah.
Tell you what, paracetamol does not make good hand wash.
No, I'd imagine it would.
Sure, maybe you could try it again.
You know. Though, you know, it might dissolve a few things. I could imagine it being like bicarbonate soda and sort of dissolving stuff.
I was going to say, if you got it concentrated in that, like broke it up and made it almost into a paste with like a small amount of water and really rubbed it in, be an interesting way of having paracetamol.
Yeah.
Yes.
It would hurt like hell, but it would be an interesting experience.
See, and I was thinking that it was, since it was it might be kind of grainy, you could use it as an exfoliant and make your hands really soft.
Mm.
And chat must be wondering what the hell are we on about.
Yeah.
They probably wanted that every week.
That is true. Yes, thank you, Discord, for saying that you've done a polish patch this week. I do appreciate it. Right. As you say here, we're live for the weekly D&D shenanigans. Posting this channel that we're also live, because why not? And why not post into this one, because I haven't posted it in a while.
I'll drop it somewhere.
Basically, you're posting in social media, so I can just share your posts instead of making my own.
Yes.
Yeah, that's something I really need to do as well. I've already done the Twitter handles, I just need to do the Book of Face. Not with that one. That's what I'm sending later. That's what I want to send first. And post. And that one.
Hello there.
That one. And I'm all good.
That's good.
99.9% ish.
Alrighty.
Cool, that's that. Let's get some music on. Okay. Hi.
Hi.
Prepared. I was not distracted going through World Anvil and making like a giant wiki article for you all to read later.
Woohoo!
It's long and painful. As much as I love Wild Anvil, I really wish the website had a UI update.
Yep.
It does struggle a bit, and it's like, yes, this timeline's getting really dense. It's like, I know. It's like there's a book where I've written all this down and I need to translate it to digital.
Yes.
Anyways. So, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, that Technicolor rainbow in between.
Yes.
Last time, when we met you, band of merry reprobates, you had returned back to the home, well, to the starting point of Kumo to deal with the kobold problem, only to find that one of the citizens had been bitten quite badly by a vampire kobold. Having left him to turn in his own time in a coal shed and then exposing him to daylight and watching him poof to dust. Should really give it an alignment change for that one, but whatever. You set out on your merry way to hunt down said vampire kobold and buddies, venturing further north into the woodlands that you had originally started nearby. It says throwing. That's what I want that board. I want this screen. So you guys are essentially now like all the way up here,
Yes.
a good distance away from Kumo, deep in the boonies.
Yes.
It was on this venture you had found said vampire kobold, rescued some unknown hostages, battled said vampire kobold and won, with the only obstacle remaining now being the kobold sorcerer who has access to wild magic, and literally his hands are going, surrender, I surrender.
And we are totally going to adopt it and name it Steve.
Yes.
I expect nothing less from you guys if you adopt the kobold sorcerer.
Yeah.
Can I just say something that when we were in childcare, because I did childcare at GCSE, we had the plastic babies that you could look after, and my friend was adamant that her son was going to be called Steve. There was no other name. It's like, but what if you have the girl baby? It's like, no, it's going to be Steve. So, same with.
There will
No matter.
be Steve.
It will be Steve. It can only be Steve.
Yes.
No other name will do for my imaginary child. It has to be Steve.
Yeah.
His name
Yeah.
is Steve. Let's face it, Minecraft default skin's Steve.
Steve. I was like, well, what about Steven? It's like, no, it has to be Steve.
Minecraft Steve.
Yes.
So, anyway. And the other bit of important business is the fact that during the fight, the Kenku got bit.
Yes.
I hope he remembers that he got bit. Because I
know.
Dom's stunned silence is all I need to
Yeah.
know.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Vampire Kenku.
That was a word.
So, the sorcerer before you is surrendering. I'll let you guys decide where you want to go from here.
I would say handcuff him up as quickly as possible. He's surrendering.
I mean,
Or-
that's a
Or
good
at least incapacitate him in some way so he can't run away.
I mean, that's also
Yes.
I offer rope.
I mean, there's something so he can't, like, you know.
Only considering the conversation we were having earlier, the rope appears and all you hear is the kobold mutter, "Oh, Kinky."
Yes.
Have time to daddy.
I just get my core staff and just give him a subtle bonk,
Yes.
as if to hint.
No.
Oh, okay.
Bye. Farewell.
So, Kobold is detained. You guys are free to move about this map as you wish.
You guys should have.
Does any of us notice that Khan had been bit, or did we actually see?
It was kind of obvious during the fight. Yeah, the vampire kobold wasn't like snapping like a turtle. It was like jumping and trying to latch onto anyone it could.
Okay, so yeah, we would have definitely seen Khan get
you
bit.
saw Khan take a bite taken out of him.
Yeah, sorry, Khan, but this is for the best for the group. I mean, what?
Go for it.
What?
Yeah. Well, weren't you gonna say anything?
No, I wasn't.
Okay.
I'm just standing there with my dual scimitars, like, well, what do we do now?
I would like to prestidigitate to Douchey Wild Magic Douche. How do we cure the vampirism? Like
Cure vampirism.
Some garlic.
It gives you a look, and yes, I
want an insight check.
Go for it.
Douchey McWizard dude. Right, insight. God damn!
He honestly doesn't know. And for Erin, he also honestly does not know.
So you're infecting people without knowing how to actually cure it?
Well, he did say it was like for a higher being, wasn't it? He might just be the messenger that knows nothing.
Who?
This is true. He doesn't know even how his friend basically became a vampire, if you ask him. He's sure to like one day just became bloodthirsty. The kobolds that were left, hopefully you don't show him the bodies you've been murdering, but like now he's like the last of his clan now.
Aww.
Because vampire kobold ate the others.
Bloody hell.
You do realise this gives us all the more reason to adopt this kobold.
Yes.
I was hoping you'd go
He's
for
an
the
orphan.
vampire one. I was going to give him rogue levels. It was going to be hilarious.
Oh.
You could have had a Bob Mark II, all the biting all the time.
Could have nom-nommed. Yum, yum, yum.
Okay. Oh, God damn. Oh, God. I would like to prestidigitate. Who is your boss? Who sent you to do this stuff?
He nudges to the now slowly dusting body of the vampire kobold. That was boss.
I really want to adopt them now. I really do.
I have a stat block for this guy. He's just going to end up becoming a... I think he starts off at level 3 or something like that, because he has access to second level spells.
The bounder.
Yes.
Well, to make it fair for the fight, I had to give him one counter spell, otherwise I knew the first thing John would do would like launch Scorching Ray or Acid. I had to counter spell something.
No, let's put it this way. It was either going to be Quarterstaff Bonks of Doom and he suddenly turns monk, or here's my knife, bitch, and just start chopping. So you pick the best of the two.
While this discussion is going on, Aaron's going to kind of wander off into this room here. And my dynamic lighting is very strange today.
I think Roll20 updated a lot of it, so maybe I need to refresh the room for dynamic lighting.
Because instead of the main chamber that we were just in was lit up dimly, and the one that I just walked into is lit up like it's a summer day, bright green and brown.
I don't recall putting in any specifics to dynamic lighting, but hey, there we go. I mean, it is a cave, it is meant to be quite dark. I think that's probably why it's all dark vision going, hey, you can only see so far.
Yes.
Oh wait, no, never mind. I had a brain fart. That was the entrance we came in. That is why.
Oh, well then.
Yeah. Aaron's coffee wore off, obviously.
Indeed.
Obviously, yeah.
Yeah, so she just kind of wander along up here, moseying along. To this room here.
Ah, a fat lad. Thank you for the follow.
Hey!
Hey.
You're not related to Flat Eric, are you? That's some amazing tunes.
The only bit of house I could stomach was Fat Eric.
Oh, I see stuff.
Indeed.
Need an investigation check for that chest?
If you want to poke it for traps, go ahead.
Sorry, the follow GIF came up. It's come up on stream.
Hey!
Hi, boys.
18.
An 18. Pretty good. The chest is not trapped.
Is it locked?
No, it is not locked.
Aaron will open it.
And I have a thing. Show to everybody. And I'll...
Ooh!
This is in the
Nice.
pile of bags and in the chest. 1,800 copper pieces, 900 silver, 80 gold, 7 gems worth 10 gold each, 1 healing potion, and a drift globe.
We need a handout to do
the
party
party bag.
pleasure and shit.
I will worry about that later. For now, that's what I got for you.
Sweet.
I did you my treasure. But for those on the stream that can see it, those GM rolls for me literally like an hour before the stream started, realising that, oh, I can generate treasure. Quickly generated it.
Now,
And
what
was
is...
rather fitting.
What is a drift globe?
So a drift globe, it is a small sphere, about 6 inches wide, weighs a couple of pounds. When you speak its command word, it emits light as if it's daylight.
Ooh.
That'll be handy for Khan, just saying. I can see!
Well, it's also,
actually
it's also very
see
good for
something.
dealing with vampires, because it's basically a spray bottle.
Oh yeah! Oh damn!
That's why it's like, this is a very fortunate thing.
Okay.
Spritz the vampire with the daylight spell.
Alright, so what we killed last week was vampires. Spawn, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. What
Seems to
are...
me anyway, doesn't seem to have the full abilities of a vampire. Yes, it was regenerating, but...
Alright, and the sacks, or whatever these pillows, whatever the white things are, beside the chest?
They are sacks. They are linen sacks. Inside is fresh, bloody carcasses.
Townspeople?
Yeah, they look humanoid, others look a bit gamey. Some also look very kobold. Your wild magic kobold buddy points out that this is what they were using to try and keep their vampire kobold calm.
Ew.
So like treat training and spray bottles.
Hmm.
Yeah, but it wasn't successful. Anyways, if it helps, I will grab you all and hop you all over the wall. Hop.
Aaron,
Also, kobolds coming with us.
Aaron is having a total girl moment. Ew, 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 ew.
I would like to stay with the kobold sorcerer. I would like to ask him for their name.
Crap.
That's the name!
A similar situation is how my old cleric wound up with a horse named Goddammit. And I asked Tasha what his name was. God
No
damn
problem.
it!
The last
It's
kobold
crap,
we adopted.
but his mum.
I was going to say the last kobold we adopted. I think a bob little claw on the fly.
Yeah. I was gonna say it is crap. It's spelt crap, but his mum was French, so it's crepe.
Yep, there we go. It's crap, but it has a really long accent on the A.
Yeah.
Cliff.
Oh,
Crepe Bellman. There we go.
Yeah.
to
You'll
other
be known as
DMs out
Creep Bellman.
there, I hope your party aren't like this.
Yeah, so Crepe is his name now.
Yep.
Crepe!
Cliff.
Yeah, yeah. I am totally adopting Crepe.
Okay, I guess we're being added to the party now.
Yeah.
As you guys are RPing, I should be on the laptop adding him to the campaign.
Yay!
Successful.
Like, I would like to assure them that since the vampire Douchey McDouche is now dead, they don't have to worry about, like, you know, satiating his, like, hunger and all that jazz. And maybe if we dressed him up as a really ugly halfling dragonborn cross, then we could possibly make it work.
I'm rather glad you can't speak, as if you said that, he would feel very insulted.
I
He
mean,
is not a halfling.
I don't know. A gnome, then. Ha! No. I mean, I don't say that out loud, but, like, I would just like to offer a place in our party, like, well, since your boss is dead, and since everyone else is dead, like, I want to keep you as a pet.
Well, is everyone else dead? Because if that's a vampire spawn, the vampire had to create him.
Yeah.
Everybody else around here is dead. What you find interesting, though, is that there is a room to the north, which I have not put in for obvious reasons, because it really just went into a small chamber. But if you go in there, all you see are kobold bones and rotting corpses, basically.
Oh, there's a question I would like
Lovely.
to ask. I would like to prestidigitate to Crepe. Like, how did your vampire kobold friend get bitten? Who bit them? Or what happened?
I won't do the voice because I will have no vocal cords by the end of it. I'll constantly
Yeah.
blow my nose afterwards.
Go for it. I mean, you can do voice or no voice, whichever.
Yeah, no, that's fine. I'll save the voice. But he explains that his that the vampire kobold and his group went out on a hunting recce some time ago. They found an old, indeed, bless you, an old cabin out in the woods. And as they were raiding it, this creature, they couldn't really say if it was what race it was, found them and attacked them, and only he survived. And over the few days, he began to become more animalistic and feral. Until he basically had killed the rest, apart from him and the 5 that you just murdered. But he was the only one that had the smarts to be like, oh, daylight. He doesn't like daylight, and running water and all the rest of it.
We're just going to ignore the fact that we killed this guy's other friends and possibly given them PTSD. And still,
he has PTSD now.
Oh, I want to adopt him so much.
You have.
Oh, have I? Or have we?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought everyone else was going to be like, no, you're not adopting another one.
Wait a minute, what are we talking about? You've adopted Crepe?
Yeah, we've adopted Crepe.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yay! We have a kobold.
Oh, I should point out, by the way, he can only speak in Draconic.
Hey, that makes it a little more easier. Like, I could speak Draconic. He could speak Draconic.
He only knows 2 languages, Draconic and Infernal.
Ooh, I can speak to him as well.
You can? Hang on. Oh, I can speak Infernal as well. So, yay!
I
We
speak
can both-
Infernal.
Yes! Zopper and I can totally,
Translate.
translate, yes!
I can mimic what he says, I just won't understand what the heck he's saying.
Yes. Yeah, so Zopper and I will be the translators. Huzzah!
Fantastic.
But Zopper will actually have to be the voice because, yeah.
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 Oh, man. Like, okay, so... let me... There was something over here, wasn't it? Like... to the left-hand side? Like, or is it just a big old gap that leads...
It was a gap here. This is where the other kobolds were hanging out. You can see, like, they've got dragon bone dice and cards and everything else. They were obviously having a common room this side of things, so that way they weren't in biting range.
I would like to take the dragon bones and card stuff and give it to...
You now have a dice set and card set.
And give it to Crepe as a kind of memento of his dead friends.
Oh, no, don't give him this idea, Craig.
Is it Craig or Crepe?
No, in the chat. Twitch chat was like, so when they get in an army of kobolds, it's like, don't give them this opportunity.
Oh yeah.
Have to generate a sidekick for each one of you.
Hell yeah.
Well, I've already got one technically with my lamp, so.
I mean, true. Playing cards and yeah, it's good. This is a fun idea. So yes. Well, if there isn't anything else that we need from, like, I don't know, this place or whatever, I suppose we could just toddle off. Also, no, I mean, no, we should be fine. Like, anyone else have any ideas?
was gonna say, should we get Khan some help? Like, he was bitten.
Yeah.
I mean, I was gonna say that, but I wasn't sure. Like, should we? Like, I don't know.
Should we
Anyways,
help the wizard, or having a vampire wizard though would be cool? The only problem is he can't enter his own tower when he gets to high enough levels.
Damn.
Goes to some all kinds of magnificent mansions. Like, yeah, one of you guys is gonna have to go in and invite me.
So I suppose we could gather like some of the stuff to try and cure Khan of like the vampirism potentially. Yeah.
I was gonna say it's an option for you guys to go down. The kobold sorcerer doesn't know how to cure vampirism.
Yeah,
Like bloody parts and daylight spell from the Drift Globe was the best way he had, and that was just dumb luck.
No.
Yeah, your friend might need some serious cleric help.
Like me. I mean,
well, what part of you is serious cleric help?
I have turn undead and channel.
Do I need to remember the last time we had serious help involving you, Tash?
I really don't know what you mean. Yeah, I really don't know what you mean by that.
I will stay judgmental on that.
Have we fulfilled our obligation to what's his name?
Yes.
Oh yeah, that's
your Royal Guard captain. Kind of, yes.
Kind of.
Well, it's up to you guys if you determine the kobold problem solved or not. I mean, the area's rife with them, as you know.
Well,
as you have uncovered, because you dealt with one clan and now you've dealt with another small clan.
There is one question which is remaining in my mind, and it is: was there a leader?
The leader of this group was the vampire one.
Okay, can we get his head?
You can do, yes. It's slowly, rapidly decaying into dust.
I will cover poor. I will cover poor Crepe's eyes, or like distract him with a game of cards while Relgash decapitates the head and does stuff with it.
Look, we're going to play a game. We're going to play. What's that?
Yeah, you know, yeah.
God, sorry, I just realised now, like, you guys could teach him common over a long period of time by, like, doing flashcards.
Yes! Oh, we could totally teach. We could use the playing cards and, like, write stuff on them and then be, yes, little.
I just realised. Worst idea now. It's the deck of many things, but use them as flashcards.
Oh no!
Oh no!
Oh my god!
Oh,
The flashcards of many things.
Yes. 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 I love it. Oh, that's great.
That is hilarious.
Yes. Oh my god. No, that's great. Yeah, I love it so much.
But are we going to be
Sorry,
to
D&D Builds had an update on character building. I'm happy.
get
cool.
this call this solved?
Mm-hmm.
As he is, as Relgash is holding the vampire kobold's head. Like, are we going to call this solved? Let's just go to the new daimyo.
I mean, if there's still any like kobold clans still like around. Maybe we could get like Crip to like show us like if there's any more kobold clans that we need to like sort out. Although that would be exposing him to like mass genocide and.
Yes.
But he don't need to know that. We're just like buddies.
What's a little mass genocide between amigos? I mean,
yeah.
I mean, I kill your buddy, you don't kill my buddy. I kill 10 more of your buddies. Everyone's happy.
It's all good.
I mean, we could just say, oh, they've all become vampires. We don't want vampires, kobolds running around. Oh god, I think I'm like slipping into evil territory. I mean, if I'm telling the truth, then obviously I can't be evil. But I mean,
Telling the truth as you see it.
There you go.
Yes.
You're just lawful evil. The Lord Veterinary. You're a tyrant. You do everything for everyone's benefit, but also remind them that if they step out of line, they die.
I mean, okay. So unless there's anything else anyone else wants to do, I suggest we go outside, enjoy the fresh air and the bright sun, and level up Crip to become the best wild magic sorcerer known to kobold kind. It's gonna be great.
Oh yeah, I've already put him in the campaign on D&D Beyond as an unclaimed character. It's like, it's still saying my character. It's not. His name is Creep.
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 You're just opening up the door while you're having a private time. Such a creep.
What? And apply. Yeah, okay. Now you realise what I'm going to do tonight after this is sit down on Hero Forge and make a creep token.
Oh, do it!
You're just gonna creep into Hero Forge.
Do the creep.
Puns are only gonna get worse from here, Brian.
That it is. Okay.
I want this to happen.
So, you make your way outside. Where do you want to go? Do you want to go back to Kumo and from there to Port Town and Minato, get this all cleared up? Or would you like to go elsewhere?
I think we better get this all cleared up, hadn't we? So we're free to move on to
So we are.
next. At least we don't have this over our head anymore.
Because they said basically annihilate all kobolds. Are we safe and certain that we have done all the kobolds or just one specific locale of kobolds?
you go with a clan of kobolds.
Right.
Your warrant points out that you guys are under contract to deal with the kobold problem at Kumo.
Okay, so we could
not
just
eliminate
say...
all of them.
It's not like a WoW quest where it's like, kill all the kobolds, or for the sake of like the gold shy question, we have to deal with kobolds anyway. Like, go to this mine, go to this location, go to that location, and kill then a specific kobold.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
So we've ticked the box. We're good.
Yeah. I mean, if you guys want to go out and
We
find
just
more
need to go
kobolds
back
and kill
and
them, by all means. But otherwise, you can consider this done.
Hooray!
Just means
I
that
think
more
they
kobolds
said
come up.
that we need to deal with the problem in Kumo. I believe we have done that.
Indeed.
And if they want more of the kobold problem be dealt with, they have to pay us more.
Yes, and if they don't, then we just say, no, we're not going to cause mass genocide for our little precious friend.
We will take our new amigo and take our business elsewhere. I would say if I could talk.
Yeah, I keep forgetting you can't talk. Do this podcast on mute. I keep forgetting this.
I love this.
So,
I don't. Anyway.
Anyway.
So if we have killed the vampire spawn that Khan, does that mean his vampirism or anything related therefore is gone?
In case you can't see me, I'm evilly smiling. So you can assume that no, it's not gone.
So it's not like Bram Stoker where you had to kill the head vampire.
In order to, like, free people. No.
Quite possibly, or you might actually be free of becoming a vampire thrall, and you could become your own vampire.
Oh.
I'm a strong, independent vampire that don't need no sunlight.
Probably so you need to, you know, occasionally take a nibble here and there. You got a bit of an itch.
That's the hard part. How do I take a nibble? I've got a beak. I like beak it in fur like a friggin' falcon, and I'm just like peck.
No, like what you gotta do is you gotta do what like Mama Bird style sort of thing, but reverse it. Like you gotta do reverse Mama Bird.
You're a strong, independent vampire. You will figure it out, Con.
Yes.
So basically, if you reverse Baby Bird, it would mean that you would just throw up on everyone.
All that comes to mind though is Khan, like, he needs to feed on blood. He's just gonna go up to someone and peck straight through their chest. He needs all the blood. He needs the juiciest blood sac. The heart is a good place to go.
Damn. Like, you know what this all reminds me of? Like, what Khan should do is he should get, like, some kind of straw so that he can, like, stab it into, like, the person's artery. Or, like, even better, like a beer tap. Like, get the beer tap into the artery and then have, like, a blood bag.
He can use T-Dax on beer tap.
Yeah, exactly.
God.
Now all I can see is Khan with a water skin, and someone going like, "Is that bird drinking wine?" And you guys have to go awkward and go, "Yes,
yes,
it's wine."
It's wine.
Oh, but you know what? That, like, all of this is reminding me of that Doctor Who episode where, like, the hospital is just taken up to the moon, and, like, there's this alien that has, like, the drinky straw and just sucks people's, like, blood and stuff.
That's it.
Yeah, it sucks the plasma, so we're gonna have that DNA.
Yeah, sippy straw.
Yeah. That's great.
I love these tangents because I have not built a map for in case you guys go elsewhere tonight. This is kind of saving me. Anyway, so I take it you're going to go to Kumo and then from there the 3-day journey all the way back to Minato.
Heck yes.
I do believe so.
We can take the bags of body parts back to those hags. They can add it to their soup.
Assuming you bump back into them again.
Well, yeah, that is true.
Do I not bump into
Cat!
Yeah. But yeah.
Okay.
So, yeah.
On your ride back, however you go about it.
Yeah.
By foot or by water. Dog.
Cat!
I mean...
Could you make me 3 con saves?
Oh no!
Is that all of us, or...?
No, just Dog.
Just...
Are you sure it's 3? I have written on my notes 1 save.
Yeah, you've done 1 save. I need 3 more.
Right. Oh bloody hell.
1
Right.
for each night.
Okay. Get Constitution ready. On the first night of con saves, Dice Gods gave to me a 10.
Ooh.
A 10 for 1 night, please.
Carry on.
I'm just put that as 10. I'm writing this down in my notes as we go.
Thank you.
On the second day of con saves, Dice Gods gave to me.
Look, you're 2 months too late.
Oh.
Ow. Oh.
Oh. That's. But then on the third day of con, saves the dice god gave to me.
Oh! Hello,
I'm dipping fast. I'm dipping fast.
So,
Yes.
as you guys are making your travels, I will point out it's obvious Khan is not well.
I was gonna say, could I gather like stuff that could potentially cure him of the vampirism?
Make a
like,
medicine check.
okay, medicine check. Don't let me down now. Yeah.
That's pretty good.
Okay, I'll give you advantage on one of those saves, Dom. I'll let you pick which one you like.
The 18.
Okay then.
I would change that
So
to
you
18.
haven't turned yet, but Khan is certainly going downhill.
Oh
The best way
no!
to put it is like he's got a really bad case of the flu.
The bird flu. He's got bird flu.
He has got that. If he was like other humanoid races with actual skin and everything else, like he'd be clammy, he'd be hot and cold the next minute.
He's got the bird flu.
He would have a really bad case of human flu, but no, sadly he has bird flu.
Yes.
The first case of bird flu in this homebrew world. Congratulations.
Oh god!
World first.
Another Khan is conquering the world, but not with horses, the horseback archers, but this time with deadly disease.
Ouch.
Oh, okay. But hey,
Ignore that. Whatever came up in the...
You clicked on Blade Ward.
So
were you thinking of decapitating Calm?
No, I was... No.
Just go with the mindset of if you chop the head off, everything's alright, right?
Yes.
But anyway. So let's throw you all back onto the world map for a sec.
Yeah.
Map a lot easier. World map. And let's bring everybody over as well. So you
Yay.
guys go from here to Kumo all the way down here to Minato. I really do need to label this map up at some point.
You do.
Yes.
I've gotten like halfway through naming places and I gave up. I got distracted a minute to other things.
I can name places.
But they have most of them have names because we named them in the first campaign.
Here we go. I wanted to use up my something. Name.
Okay.
Do you name generate?
Name a place.
I will name a place. Name a place. It shall be name a place in Japanese. This town has a really amazing poetic sounding name. It literally translates to a place that shall not be named.
Yes.
Anyways, so you make it to the port town of Minato. It is in the days you've been gone, it's gone from a bit to much more upbeat and happy. Well, there are guards patrolling the street, but people are happily chatting, commerce is going on.
Is there any sort of markings or scars or any weird items that are on every single villager that could possibly be used to enchant them into being happy?
Make a
They are.
perception check.
Make a what?
A perception check.
Fuck!
That was a terrible
Well.
roll.
That
No.
was!
No one, as you can see, is marked or scarred in any way.
Shall Relgash shall also see if he sees anything like that.
I just
Oh,
feel
wow.
that it's too sudden for people to be very cheerful after what happened with the daimyo being. Well, I mean, to be fair,
been gone for like a week in game.
I mean that's true.
It's like
Yes.
3 days from Kumo to here. So you have
I mean,
3
you would have
days
had a
to
rest.
go. It took you about part of 2 days to deal with the vampire kobolds. 3 days back, so yeah, just over a week.
Oh, oh, we're gonna have to disguise Clip so that, you know, people don't go kill him! Like, because he's a kobold, because people are probably racist.
Thankfully, Craig is not an idiot. At
We
least
will give him a headscarf.
I
Oh,
was going to say,
Just
he does
like
the
a little
full
washerwoman.
thing of just throwing a towel over his head. That seems to be working. Everyone thinks he's a malnourished dragonborn.
oh, that's so adorable. No, he's so clever.
Yeah, next NPC you're going to adopt is going to be like a vicious bobcat.
Heck yes.
Uh,
I will wait for the day that happens.
It's going to look like Goose, but it's going to be like Captain Marvel Goose. It's going to be a flurkin.
Goose.
That's what I have in store for you next time. It's going to be a flurkin.
Yes. It's gonna be so good.
Fluff.
Anyways. So, you make your way through the streets of Minato. In fact, I might as well turn you all onto the Minato map. Get the same result. Da-da-da.
Da-da-da.
So which ward do you want to hit up first? You have got the Central District, the Hillside, Fish Docks, the Mill District, or the Military Ward.
I'm guessing.
Shouldn't we report into what's his name first?
Yeah, so I mean, we should probably go to the
Yeah, I
military
was
ward.
gonna say.
Yeah.
Go cavort about town and destroy it as we see fit. And maybe help Con. Maybe.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Oh. So yes.
I'm going to church.
Yeah. Going to church to be like stuff.
Chess is broken on.
So, what do you do when you get into town? Go to church. Said no one ever.
See, you increase the number of
Take
priests.
me to church. Do.
So
Gonna
you go and see.
Get out of my head, Tosh.
A book. Give me a second. I've forgotten his name already. Lord Kenshin.
huh?
Oh, no, you've seen the priest, aren't you? So that's Hashirama.
Hashirama. Yeah, I was
Yeah, old
thinking of
Hashirama
Hashirama.
Bellcat.
Yes, Hashirama.
Yeah, you swing by the old familiar temple up in the hillside district.
Wait, we're going. I thought we were supposed to go to the military dudes.
If you're going to the military, that's Lord Kenshin. If you're seeing the priest, that's Hashirama.
Well, yeah, we were going to hit up with the priest. No, Frick. Military dude to say hey.
Okay, yeah, military do first, get the money, then go to church.
Yeah.
Yes.
So in which case, then you're going to the military ward to see Lord Kenshin.
Yes.
You go through the usual rigmarole. You go over the bridge with the two guards that forever argue, like I have to put up with Dom and Foxy on Sea of Thieves.
Oh yeah. You can catch every Thursday live on Twitch.
Yes.
Every Thursday night. Get more tortured by these two. But anyway, so you guys make your way to that locale. You go to Lord Kenshin's sort of sectioned off area within the barracks, which seems under stronger guard and everything else. You're forced to wait outside for a little bit, and eventually you're ordered in. And you see him there in nice formal sort of a kimono affair, still wearing the bucket helm and like heavy mailed gauntlets.
Oh snap!
And you can see he's like really not letting off the that you see under the armor or anything like that. As you enter, he greets you and welcome back. I assume the business in Kumo has been taken care of.
Yes.
Con coughs.
Your friend might be ill. I recommend dunking him in the river.
Yeah.
Or at least teaching him to cover his mouth. Very well then, do you still have the orders I gave you?
Yes.
If I may have those.
Sure. Gives you the orders.
Yep, takes them off you. Unfurls them and you see he writes a final little signature at the bottom. And then rubber stamps it and hands it back to you.
Thank you.
Go see a banker in town, hand them that. They will
All
pay
right.
you your money, as promised.
Okay. Good. Pleasure doing
Before
business
go,
with you.
You have the head I requested.
Yes.
Bless you.
Do I?
Yes.
Just playing the
I do.
character. Roleplay, it's fine.
If I may have that as well.
Pulls out the head like, here you go. It's kind of damaged.
I cover Crib's eyes.
I don't see why you're covering a child's eyes.
Yeah.
Children are perfectly capable of dealing with such horrors at young ages.
Oh,
Anyway, takes the
they
skull,
are.
examines it, and goes, interesting. Longer incisors than I've ever seen.
Yes.
Longer canines as well. Sharper. Interesting.
Yeah, it was kind of a vampiric persuasion.
He was about to lean back and call for Lieutenant as you say that. He leans forward. Indeed. Does certainly looks vampiric. Are you saying that... Or are you implying that one of you may have been bitten by this creature?
No.
Make a deception check.
Yeah.
You know
Yeah.
dang
Right,
well one of you got bit.
I'm screaming.
Damn! Nice.
Like in that anime style, like you are beading sweat and everything else, and he just looks at you. Thankfully, none of you were. And leads back, calls for an attendant, and orders that the skull be taken away and properly examined.
Yes.
He would greatly appreciate it if soldiers under his command could be protected from vampirism.
Understood.
Yeah.
Completely.
But appreciate you bringing the skull to me. Thanks, you
You asked for it. You asked for it. I delivered.
You delivered. We? Don't you mean we?
We delivered.
Thank you.
I just got this image of you saying that and Shizuka just stamping on your tail.
Mhm.
I mean, probably not so much as Shizuka, but at least one of the others. I don't know.
But anyway. Still, take that writ to a bank, they will pay you. And I consider
We
this matter
shall.
closed.
Yes.
So, you're free to go. Dismissed.
Khan goes to like take his hat and bow to be very polite, and as he bows, just goes and then just puts the hat back.
At least you had the decency to cover your mouth this time.
Khan did not cover his mouth.
God damn you.
He tried. He tried.
God. God.
Con!
Well,
So where do you guys wish to go from here?
Well, we are dismissed.
Church.
So.
To
Did we
the
need
bank.
to go and rest up somewhere?
Going to church.
Oh yeah.
Maybe to a proxy to get some. Yeah.
Well, we have a bone to pick with like some of the piratey McPirate dudes and the like Barcat McBarcat dudes.
Yeah, the Red Scots
Yeah.
and the Barcats you realised played you as you were trying to play them.
Like, excuse you, but we were abandoned and like no, well, apart from like Hashirama, nobody else came to our aid because they're such utter douche nozzles. They ought to be
It's up to you guys where you'd like to go.
Church district. There goes talking to the police.
Hey, oh yeah, we should totally see whether they can help Khan with vampire shenanigans. Yeah.
Thank you.
Oh yeah.
Like I'm just here casually dying. It's just like, now you think of it.
So things are progressing. Relgash is just docking quickly as he finds a bank on our way. If he finds a bank,
Yeah,
he
that's a couple
ducks
of
in. He ducks in, gets the money, and comes back.
Yep. If I recall, you guys got paid 500 gold in total.
I mean,
want to say it was
possibly.
500 gold. I may be wrong, so I may have to go back to like session. What would have been session 6? When you left, I think I said a gold value then.
Or
I
something
know you
like
guys
that.
were like, oh wow, we're getting paid so much, and I pointed out actually, if you broke between all of you, it's not that much.
Oh yeah, that
We
was,
found that route.
yeah. We found that we were being played.
Yeah, I want to say it was like
Financially.
100 gold each.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's annoying.
That's correct.
I like it when players take notes. It's so much less stress for a DM. Okay then. So, you guys have got your cash. You've all headed off to the Barcats. Relgash, you arrive sort of at some point during this conversation. But as you come to the temple, you can see it's slowly undergoing repairs. Like the grass is now being cut. There's like a Zen garden now fully raked in. It looks much nicer.
Aw.
Yes.
So the dead tree's been replaced with one that's actually alive.
Mm-hmm.
Past level weeds have been pulled. Everything else now is just like the buildings need a lick of paint and a few holes patched up. But you see the old priest Hashirama. He's going, it is a pleasure to see you again, young ones. You seem troubled, and why do I feel like I'm about to be slapped?
Who would like to explain the situation?
I was actually
Besides-
waiting for the slap, to be honest.
Well,
I mean-
if you are waiting for a slap, Relgash just slaps the guy.
Just slap.
Slaps him on the ass. I mean, what?
No, on the cheek.
Good game. Good game.
Like
Which
butt
cheek?
cheek? Butt cheek?
No, face cheek.
Okay.
Of the butt.
Although, considering Rogash's strength, that is the best sound effect I have right now.
Yeah.
Very good.
I love that
Accurate.
soundboard. It's the best one I ever made. Anyway, but yeah, you slap him and he says, I deserve that one. I apologise for the deceitfulness of my actions.
Yeah.
Deceitfulness? Yeah, abandon her! I mean, if she could speak, but I mean, she cannot, so. Yeah. Anyway.
All I do is simply use minor illusion to create a little stick with an arrow on it and point it towards where I was bitten.
He looks at it and, yes, that does look rather terrible. In fact, the DM needs to make a DM roll really quick, so bear with him 2 seconds.
He's not gonna kill Khan, is he?
Khan simply reacts with.
I swear if he tries to kill Khan.
No, he wasn't going for a kill. I need you to make a medicine check for him.
Nah, okay.
Because with that roll, he'll just look at it and go, yes, that's quite the infected bite you have there. I may have some herbal remedy for that. In fact, let me see here. Yes, this should work. When he starts chanting an incantation, moving his hands through the air, the bite heals, but Khan is still unwell.
Khan just realizes this father's neck's looking mighty tasty right now.
You're not that far gone yet. It's just you just feel like you're full of cold and bad flu.
I'm just like I look at the wound, look at him. I give him a thumbs up, followed by a.
If I may ask, what was he bitten by?
A vampiric
What was he bitten by?
I think we should, Shizuka would prestidigitate to the others. I think we should be honest. This is a very serious matter.
Yes.
What was that, Marie?
No, I said I agree.
Real.
Okay.
Shit just got real.
Yeah.
Well, I'll let you into the secret. The title of this week's episode was BTI, or Bite Transmitted Infections. I couldn't
So
think
it's
of an episode title. I
this-
had to think of what's afflicting one of you guys.
So will this turn into some sort of safe dungeoneering after-school special?
Thankfully, we're not under Reagan. I don't have to do that.
Always dungeoneer safely, kids.
Remember, you let the paladin take the bite. Paladins are immune to a lot of things.
Hey, look at all that we don't have.
Anyway. So, do you come clean to old Cleric Hashirama as to what he's been bitten by?
I say yes.
Yeah. And hey, if they run us out of town after fixing us, we don't have to come back, do we?
I mean, that's true.
Our business is done, so...
Yeah.
Yeah.
But anyway, you say that and Hashirama's face suddenly sinks. And, like, horror.
Oh no.
How long ago were you bitten, young Kenku? Cough when I reach the number. And like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5?
It was like 3 days ago.
He goes to cough and it's more like follow through.
Okay. So it's like a long cough of like 3.5, 4, and at which point it's like, oh my god! And like, there's literal panic on his face. He has never encountered someone that's been bitten by a vampire and gotten this far.
Yeah.
And like you're well beyond like his healing range.
Wow.
Ah, crap.
Khan is beyond healing. Fucking great.
Well, I could try something. It might work.
Does it involve a cross?
Khan's not dead yet.
Rip.
I mean, if I could, where is he? Khan. Filter. Grayscale. There you go. If he was dead, I'd do that.
God.
But he's not dead, so he cannot be in grayscale. Anyway. So he goes to cast Lesser Restoration on you, Khan. At which point you do feel a bit better. But he's treating symptoms, not disease.
Oh, God.
So you're still infected with vampirism. I'll need another Constitution saving throw by the end of this day in the campaign.
Lovely. Do I at least have my cough cured?
Yes, you don't cough anymore. Like you feel like
yes.
You feel better. Like, you know, like in Beecham's adverts, things like that. Like take a Beecham's, you feel right train. That kind of feeling. Like you've gone from feeling like I feel like shit. Ooh. And, like, you can even tell like you feel stronger, like you feel like you've about to beat the world, and he's like, I don't think I've got all of it, but I might have done something. If you come back tomorrow, I might have some scrolls prepared for the young lady to cast on you should things get worse.
Khan just rushes to him, grabs his hand, is just like rapid shaking of hand. While Tobias is just speaking to him.
You hear like the sounds of bones rattling in a bag. You don't know if like he is that old. Or if his bones are that loose.
Tobias is just speaking to him while he's shaking the hand, going, Khan, it was bad enough that you've been infected. Just don't make it any worse when it already is on a social standpoint. At least vampires still have dignity.
Be true to yourself, Khan. You didn't have dignity to begin with.
Oh. Oh.
I mean, what?
Oh.
Alright then.
Oh god damn!
Sorry, that's me.
We're killing him. Okay then, anything else you guys would like to do?
No, should we try to rest somewhere?
Yeah, probably a good idea.
Yeah, we should come back to the temple and be like, hey yo, Hashirama dude.
Yeah, are you going to take a short rest or a long rest? Remember, we're doing hardcore rules, so short rest is a day, is the night rest, and the long rest is 3 days.
Short rest?
Short rest, yeah. I concur with this notion.
We can have a long rest once we have what we need.
Yeah.
Yeah, and didn't we have like a long rest during those like 3 days of like travel anyway?
Yeah.
Yeah, so technically speaking, like short rest would just be more beneficial.
So we're full up and hit points back and everything, abilities.
No, it's the short rest, so
okay.
Spend dice and anything that recharges on a short rest comes back on a short rest.
Oh, like, but what about the travelling? Like when we travelled from?
Oh,
yeah, that's right.
The travel from Kumo to here. Oh, yeah, in that case, that would have been you could have taken that as a long rest.
Okay.
So yeah, you're fully charged and everything else. But the next day comes anyway. You guys are then given your scrolls. How many will you get through in a night? Let's see. D4 plus the spellcasting modifier of that. Well, aren't you lucky?
Oh.
Because you're the only one that can cast them, or if maybe I have hope of casting them. You have 8 scrolls of lesser restoration.
Nice.
Okay. What? Okay. Yeah. Who's the only one who can cast a spot scrub?
You are, because
that's you. Yeah.
Oh yay! Okay.
And you are the cleric. Last time I checked, unless my notes are wrong.
Yeah. No, it's fine. Your notes are right.
Yeah, you're the only one with the hope of casting these spells.
Okay.
Good news, if you want to sell them, you can sell.
I'm not going to sell any of them. I'm going to keep them. Well, either way. Yes. So yeah, I popped them in my inventory and all that jazz. And, yeah, I suppose if we don't have any other business, like in Minato, sort of thing, unless there's something people want to do.
I cannot think of anything.
Yeah, me neither.
Well, there are a few rumours floating about around town anyway. As
rumours.
Plot hooks if you guys would like to attend on to those.
Rumour. Yeah.
I mean, they're not much in the way of sort of massive revelations or things like that. So there is an old man at one of the bars. He's looking to gather a group together to go to an island far to the north, which is known to be perpetually covered in snow and ice because it is that far. It'll be a long old voyage, but he wants some muscle and protection and hardy adventurers. Warm clothing and everything will be provided, but he's, he needs people.
Sounds like a thing for Relgash, at least.
Okay.
Well, there's another job going for that might interest Ralgash as well.
Oh.
There is an opportunity for people to rejoin the Royal Guard, or even if they haven't, to become members anyway. These are happening in the next couple of months over at the town of Sakura. Which, for those on the map, which sadly the framing does not help. So this here is the island to the north, for those watching the stream. It's not actually here in relation, it's like off the edge of the world. Like, kind of think how Alaska's tied into the US.
Oh, yeah.
It's really far north, it's further than most people think. But this town over here, where I am currently pinging, that is the town of Sakura.
Oh boy!
It's a heck of a long journey. But
yes.
Just in time for the festival.
Well,
in real Japan at the minute, it's just going into Cherry Blossom.
Oh, the Cherry Blossom Festival. Yeah, I was going to say, this time of year for you guys, like, you were like midsummer.
Oh, not on game. Yeah.
In game,
no, I know.
You guys will be like getting into autumn by the time you get down that way. Which can be quite interesting. But yeah, there's an opportunity there for that might be more Railgash's thing of finally getting that Royal Guard certification.
Yes.
And then for Khan, because he is dealing with vampirism and everything else, and maybe Zopper as well.
Yes. What's happening?
There is talk of arcane brilliance going on all the way up here at a small town to the north, which I haven't got a name for yet. It's one of the ones I need to name.
Small town to the north in Japanese.
Well, I mean, why not? Because Kyoto is literally capital, and Tokyo, I think, is east capital, which is more.
That works. Practical naming.
Yeah.
It works.
Yeah.
Why not? Cambridge is quite literally the bridge on the River Cam.
Yes.
Yes.
There you go.
I could go through old naming conventions. Some of them are great, some of them are stupid. Anyways, but at this place, they are looking to sell off magical artifacts and items that were recently acquired from a dungeon delve.
Ooh. An auction?
Yes. Bargain hunt time.
You two can win £10,000. Just got to guess how much this is going to go for auction.
Yeah. Actually, Zopper might be very interested because obviously somebody's run off with her loot. So there might be some
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
bits well, even if they're not there, there might be some bits floating around from
Yeah.
No.
Also
changing hands.
For the sake of RP, that rumor is suspicious.
Yes.
Oh, sus.
Even in your head, you're trying to line up the events, you're like, yes.
Yes.
So I leave it to you guys to discuss which side objective you want to do, because the DM needs to think of something. I mean, I have plans for all of you, but I'm really bad at, threading them in. This is my way of threading them in.
Our next quest. What would people like to do? Would you like to go and get cold?
Yep, get cold, or join the military branch, auction hunt, or, of course, there's a fourth option, cure Khan of his vampirism.
I specifically like fourth option, personally.
Yeah.
I mean, I do like
I
fourth
feel like
option.
we got to do the fourth option.
Yeah, we need to do the fourth option. Yeah, let's go kill Khan of vampirism.
The fourth option, but I also like the third option.
Yes. Okay, so all in favour for option number 4.
I
Okay. And Zopper and I'm guessing Khan would also say aye. The ayes have it!
I'd imagine so. Okay then. So begins the next arc of your adventure, curing Khan of his vampirism. At least you do have a lead, because Creep did point out that it was a small wooden hut they found abandoned in the woods.
We should totally go to the small wooden hut abandoned in the woods.
Certainly a lead.
Simply named Small Wooden Hut Abandoned in the Woods.
Yeah, deep in the woods. To which I had a generic map for, I'd be prepared, but I do not have a generic map for deep in the woods. At least I don't think I do. Do I?
Ooh.
No I don't. Is it in the archive pages?
Wah.
Nope. Dang it. Note to self. And also a note for all DMs. Keep a generic map as a backup.
Because you never know when your players will just go off the rails and just
Go deep into the woods.
Go deep into the cabin in the woods.
Do whatever the heck they want.
Well, I take a leaf out of Pathfinder, Kingmaker, and Baldur's Gate and games like that, where it's important set pieces can be as big and detailed as you like. On the road things can just be a generic map.
Mm.
And it's true when you sit there and think about it, even old JRPGs used to be like that.
Yeah.
Doesn't have to be fancy, just needs to be something just to give ideas. Anyways, so you guys begin your trek back to Kumo and then back northwards. It will take you several days, so if you want to provision up, now's a good time to do so.
Also, can we find a good land vehicle to go on?
You can indeed find a land vehicle.
Being that Railgash is actually proficient in those.
Let me just bring it up here. Let's see if I can find something for it. Let's have a that. It's much easier if I do it on this. I can do much faster on VC because I have a mouse I can use.
Yay.
Adventuring gear. Where is it gone? used to be in here somewhere. Do remember being in the post handbook. I might be wrong. Oh, there we go. Mounted vehicles. Wrong bit. So, a cart will cost you a mere 15 gold.
Okay.
And a good horse will cost you 50. Although if you want to go cheaper, a pony will only cost you 30, and a donkey will cost you 8.
I would probably go with like a donkey, but being how huge the Relgash actually is, it would basically be like Homer Simpson riding his daughter's bicycle while it sunks up his behind.
All I was thinking of then was Sherlock Holmes and Game of Shadows.
Oh yeah.
Everyone's on proper horny horses. And
Well, I think somebody needs to go to the horny jail.
I think that's a Twitch clip, ladies and gentlemen. And make it viral, please. Thank you.
yeah, please do. So that means more people go watch the streams for me to flub. At least it's not as bad as Matthew Mercer's. You know, that was a full-on shiver and quiff moment.
Yes.
But anyway, yes. But for you, it'd be like watching Robert Downey Jr. on like a Shetland pony. Tiny,
Yeah.
and everyone else is struggling. You just be sitting there going, "Come on!" Although, fun fact, they actually filmed most of that out in Wales.
Oh, yes.
Okay. So yeah, that's the pricing for you. I'll throw it into the Roll20 chat for you all.
Alrighty.
So 20 was worth 8 gold.
So it's
sorry, pony would be next in that list.
it was like 100 gold each for as a reward.
Yep. So it's your you might need to make a note of that your gold has gone up by 100.
Oh,
Right.
Woohoo!
Some of you are not poor anymore. Hooray!
Hooray! I need to write this down.
I need to gamble with.
Use
Yay!
20 gold. There you go.
And now I have 111 gold. 111.
Wow.
Well, Relgash is being a little concerned about the party, and he just says that, what if I get a draft horse and a cart for our party?
I would concur with this notion.
I'm game for this.
alright.
Righty. If people want to kick in some money, I welcome it too.
I can so how much did it cost? Does it cost
70 gold pieces.
I can chip in like okay. I mean I can chip in like 30 or 20 or so.
Okay.
I mean I can pay for the car.
How many did you say? How much did you say it would be again?
70 gold. For
Why don't you just use
one draft
these?
horse and a cart.
I was going to say, why don't you just use the 7 gems from the loot we got? Because that'll come up to 70 exactly.
That is actually very true.
Oh, yeah. I just thought, could I? Oh wait, are the gems like diamonds or so?
No, they're 10 gold, so they are not diamonds.
Okay.
Like,
yeah. Okay.
Tiger's Eye and things like that.
Okay. Fair
If you
enough.
give me a sec, actually, I want to say it's in more. Is it in Molten Kings or Xanathars? Gives like actual details as to what it is. Somewhere, he says. I know it's in here somewhere.
Why am I leaning more towards Mordecaians? I don't know.
It might be. It sounds like no, because Molten Kings was like actual useful stuff.
Okay, then Xanathars. Yeah, Xanathars would make more sense.
Well, it might be Molten Kings because it also had monsters as well.
Gosh darn it, make up your mind.
DMG though. I do remember it being in there as like an actual list. Is it listed them very specifically in groups? Here we go. 10 gold gemstones. So we are. In fact, if you guys want to, roll me 7d12 and let me know what you get.
A 7d12?
Mm-hmm. Well, you got 7 gems worth 10 gold, and there is a list of 12 of them, and I'll let you know what they are.
I got 10, 3, 3, 5, 5, 12, 4.
Cool, okay then. So, you have 2 blue quartz.
Okay, I'm gonna make note.
If you're gonna use these for sell, then use these for sell. I'm gonna say, you know, there is an actual list for gemstones.
Well, I'm guessing we're okay. Since we're using them to sell, I guess. Yeah, why not?
But yeah, it's all for if you want to know what was in them. So there was like 2 blue quartz, 2 hematites, 1 agate, 1 I'm not even gonna try and pronounce that. Rhodochrosite, and a turquoise.
Oh.
I have to say that turquoise is actually a really pretty rock.
That's fair. But yeah, if you want diamonds are like 5 grand.
Jeez.
Oh wow.
That's insane.
Yep.
Yeah.
I mean, I would need diamonds at some point if I'm going to resurrect people from the dead.
That is true.
No, that's a later on problem though.
Yeah, I mean, true. There we go. Right.
Think about it. If it would actually work in real life, it would be kind of scary.
I mean, yes.
But anyway, so yeah, so you bought a horse, a cart, so at least travel is a lot easier. So it's a little bit of time off as well, because going 40 feet around is a lot quicker than 30.
I mean, true.
Yes.
Yes.
And everything else, it still takes you the better part of 3-4 days-ish, and that's even with creep like directing you to be like, you know, past where the kobolds were and everything else. Like you actually go over a ford where that waterfall is and everything else. It's very Lord of the Rings picturesque adventuring.
Nice.
And we can like teach him like common words for like, I don't know, like
it would be
trees and
slow
stuff.
and painful, but you do get certain words coming out of him.
And then you just end up with a scene like like with us making dinner. It's just potatoes. Boil them, mash them, stick them in a stew.
Oh my god, that reminds.
We can teach him how to swear.
Yes. And it reminds me of that comic where like they talk about like, oh, like you ever get that feeling when you're bilingual and like you forget the word for like something, and it's like this sort of D&D table where like the tiefling's asking like, yeah, can you pass the and he just says all this demonic things, and they go, the salt. Yes! Oh, yes, the salt!
To be exact, being bilingual myself, it's not easy.
I was about to say, I think Foxy has gone through that multiple times.
Yes, because I have forgotten so many Finnish words, which I remember in English, but I don't remember what they are in Finnish. I need to use a freaking dictionary to actually translate them nowadays.
I mean, I do have some Swedish friends who have like similar problems.
It
Yes.
was to laugh during my French GCSE. This was a long time ago. Also, we had to do like the speaking exam and everything else.
Oh yeah, I remember.
Yeah, and my teacher was in hysterics. We actually had to stop for me to, so she had to re-record the bit because I'd forgotten the right verbiage, and I stopped myself and like I was counting on my hand of like, tous allez, vous allez. And she was in hysterics. At one, I'd forgotten, but two, I was going through it all in my head in perfect French.
Yeah.
Also,
I think the phrase I was looking for was like, we went to the zoo on this one occasion, and my friend was like, we went, and it was rather hilarious.
yes.
Aw.
But anyway,
But I myself have had multiple occasions where this has happened to me, and I have been with like my mom, who really doesn't like speak English at all, and I'm like, can you give me like salt? And she's like, what the heck is that? What do you mean? What is that? I'm like,
Oh. I mean exactly what I mean, Mother.
It is exactly suola. That's the correct word.
No. Anyway, sorry, Brian.
Anyways,
that's all right. All I was going to say was, Khan, guess what I need of you, buddy?
Oh, lovely.
Make
I got
the
some
con save, bird.
I've got some scrolls ready to purge you.
Con save.
I will cast a thing.
Does that count? Or is it for free?
I realise I need to check something really quick, so bear with me.
I was gonna say, do I have to make a roll to make sure that the spell does work?
Indeed.
Okay.
Holding.
Oh no, you can cast second level spells now, can't you, Tash?
I think I can, yeah.
No, which case you don't need to worry
Yeah,
about-
technically I can.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay, so you don't have to make a roll because you can cast them.
Huzzah!
Staying in position.
Yes.
Okay, you give me your energy.
I'm waiting to say whether the 3 or the 20 went forward.
Well, the 3
Yeah.
will fail because you didn't get advantage, but Tash can cure you with the.
Oh, fuck's sake.
Yeah, so I
Ow.
can kill you.
So
Yeah.
keep rolling those con saves. You got to make me another 3 because it's taking you 4 days to get here.
Oh, God.
I really need a calendar now to
Okay.
check your progress
1,
in this campaign.
2, 3. God!
Oh, god damn!
I'm flatlining.
Oh.
Yeah.
Christ!
Oh dear.
Well,
It's like, you're dead.
I will say, by the time
I think
we
so.
get back to Kumo, Khan's back in the same state he was at Minato, if not worse.
Oh god.
Oh no.
I mean,
I'm-
you can. There is a thing
Oh, no.
Twitch chat if you do it, I'll be mad.
Come on, Twitch chat. We
There is a button.
I mean, I have plenty of.
I know, but like we can't do it as players, can't we?
Well, I ask you kindly not to do it as players.
Oh.
Mona with a nat 20.
Yeah, I was going to say, Mona gives Khan a natural 20 for one roll, which I assume he's going to burn on a con save.
Yes.
Good lad.
Thank you.
Trying to explain this to people when we finally meet and actually interact with people again is going to be hilarious. So what happened to this Kenku?
Well...
Look.
One.
I have a book. This is it's just like a small little notebook. This is all the crap this bird's put me through.
And we're not even done yet.
I know.
Yeah, this isn't even his final form.
So, you're still in a bad way. Because the natural 20 isn't like you're cured of vampirism. You're still bad, but it means you don't have to make one tomorrow.
Yay!
Oh, you son of a cheeky gun.
You're going right way for a smack bottom, young lady.
I said a son of a cheeky gun. I did not swear at all. I was doing something else while you guys were making your vampirism checks,
I
realized a mistake. Excuse you, I will tell you exactly what I was doing after the stream.
Oh my, can't wait for that one.
And that actually reminds me about that one TikTok that they are like, don't test me.
Don't test the DM. I've been nice and not rolling random encounters while you've been going through the woods.
Thank you.
On the eve of the 4th day, as you're making your way through the denser part of the woods, and it has been slow going as well, because trying to get the horse and the cart through this has been difficult.
Yes.
But you do finally see what looks like a small cabin in the woods. It is in a small clearing. It is well maintained as well. You were expecting like a wreck or a rotten wooden cabin, but no, this is looking like it's in decent shape. And even more worryingly, the lights are on and the smoke is coming out the chimney. Somebody is definitely home.
Oh no!
But that is where we're going to leave it for this week.
Nice.
So be sure to like, favourite, subscribe, and all that Twitch jazz, and YouTube jazz as well, because this does go up on YouTube in the whole 2-hour chunk. Because I'm nice at that. Although I do have to remind myself to actually upload it and make it public. So, so yeah, that's the thing to do. But in as well, in terms of streaming things, Wednesday I will be doing some behind the DM screen shenanigans, mostly going on Word Anvil and like filling out the timeline and doing all the lore stuff that I have in notes scattered about my room and behind this bookcase.
I think you have a whole whiteboard and stuff, if I recall correctly.
No, the whiteboard got wiped because that was like for the second campaign.
Oh.
Well, I even left coded messages and everything else for people to translate as like Easter eggs. And one of them was, I think, to kill one of your characters because I could not hurt you in any way, shape, or form, and it was really starting to piss me off.
Oh, was it with oh yeah, I think it was with Trim because stuff happened which...
No, it wasn't Trim. No, it was when you were in the human-free cities during that arc of things.
Tedak?
No, it wasn't Tedak. It wasn't Neil either. I think it was Dom's character.
Oh, Zyron.
Yeah.
Siren.
I mean...
how do I feel? Maybe it was also... Betois?
It might have been a combination of the two. But anyway, that'll be all the behind the scenes stuff. So if you want questions about the world lore and campaign lore and stuff like that, that is all ongoing. So you can ask away and it will help me fill some bits out.
Yep.
And what have you. And of course, on Thursday, me, Dom, and Foxy, and maybe a fourth. I don't know if anybody's got a fourth they want to bring in.
Well,
We'll find out.
Week,
I will go on the
every
search.
week I do have. I think we have one person ready to go if we don't have anyone else there.
I like the sound of this, but of course it'll be Thievery Thursday. And if
Yes.
you notice in the Twitch chat, I have now a shout out command, and it automatically links both your channels.
Whoop whoop.
Sweet.
So okay, those two
Nice.
guys are followed because I go live earlier than these two, and they join me like afterwards.
Yes.
Yeah,
Um,
I
who they follow
actually
anyway?
usually go live while at the same time as you. Usually.
It depends on how I'm feeling on
Um,
Thursday. Because I normally have Thursday off. If I'm not doing anything, I'll be live like all day, but I'm doing my own thing.
Oh yeah.
Because then I've got to log out the game, log back in, pick the galleon, and then wait for you two to join.
Oh yeah.
So, yeah, that'll be that. And then Sunday on this channel is Chill Stream Day, where I don't know what I'll be doing. Yeah, it might be Minecraft, it might be Valheim, which I did play a bit earlier. This week.
I myself have Walheim, but I haven't played any of it yet.
I played a tiny bit. A tiny bit. I didn't even read like the tutorial instructions. I just went, okay, I see what this is.
Yeah.
It reminds me of... the name has escaped me.
Rust.
Like, no.
For Honor. Ark Survival Evolved.
No, it's not Ark, it's not Rust.
Atlas.
It was one Notch used to work on before he fully committed himself to Minecraft. I've forgotten the name of it.
Yeah.
But that thing had like a difficulty curve of the White Cliffs of Dover.
Yeah.
As I was explaining to Tash when I was playing it on Sunday, it was a case of like in Minecraft you can easily progress up the tech tree. In this game it was a case of okay, I can chop down trees. I can sort of build a house, but if I need to build like another level, I need to get nails. To get nails, I need to know how to smelt. To smelt, I need to mine how much iron?
Mm.
And like you're hollowing out the world to understand how to smelt it.
Yeah.
So you have to hope someone else has smelting, or you can find another player who can smelt for you.
Yes.
And everything else. And then you can learn how to smelt, and then it gets crazy. And there's no guarantee either, like, in Minecraft you're guaranteed 4 planks from every log. In this it was like, you got 1 out of 100, and that slowly crept up as your skill increased. It was horrible. But Valheim seems
RL
to be going down
Craft?
that route, but with a much nicer curve.
Yeah. RL Craft?
No, it wasn't RL Craft.
Was it a mod pack for Minecraft?
Oh no, it wasn't a mod pack, it was like its own game.
FTB?
No, it wasn't FTB, that's some mods for Minecraft. This was like, no, it wasn't even remotely close to Minecraft. They had like proper human bodies and physics.
Oh, yeah.
I'll remember what it is one day, and I'm going to kick myself for forgetting. But anyway, so with that said and done, we are going to end the stream there, everybody. So we bid you all a fond farewell and a good night. And
good
because it's
night.
nice, let's go raid someone. Who shall we raid?
Do it. Do it.
Do you know what? Let's go bother John of Final Boss Fights.
Yeah.
Do it.
So everybody, hop on that raid. Let's go poke him.
Alright.
Yeah.
Hurrah.
Good night, everybody. Bye.
Good night.
Bye.